Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hater plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding dotted line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win it, I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot, in a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale, everything must go sell. Hitting with the old well, need 100 million on the low scale. On my worst night, I'm the best, wouldn't mess with you, couldn't cap to him. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real, I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad.
those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Whether you are watching live or you are checking this out later, because I know it's a little bit past your bedtime for most folks, especially if you are still on the 9 to 5 grind. God bless each and every one of you. But the information that we will share tonight will last for hours, if not days, if not in some cases weeks. So never fear to look back onto the juicy alpha that we go over each and every night here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. Welcome to the late night crypto charts with Road Dog. My name is Lane, and I am your crypto Road Dog. We got the camera off tonight. We're going to do the little laid back kind of radio, take a chill pill kind of feel tonight. Because while our bags are pumping, we're just sitting back and taking it easy. Because the work has already been done for us. Have to do a quick little microphone test. Okay, it looks to be working there. It's one of my biggest newbie mistakes. Was not newbie, I just keep doing it. I'm a boomer, baby. Sometimes I forget to turn the little thing on. My, looking at crypto bubbles, look what's pumping tonight. We got, checking out our chat. Shout out to Strega. Man, always the first one here, man. It never amazes me. Strega, that's why you got that wrench, baby. And Floki Toshi, I know what you want to look at. Let's go take it up, man. I checked out my Floki bags and I was quite impressed. So I moonbagged that, and I remember looking at it and thinking, okay, it can grow. And I'm looking at it thinking, dang, man, that thing like 3x'd on me. Where are we right now? We're on the 2 hour. We got a little bit of a drop there. Let me zoom out to where we were before. What are we looking at here? Oh. I'm on half peppy. That's what's freaking me out. Okay, here we are. I thought, man, that can't be the right chart. So, Floki, Safe Moon. Shout out to Floki Toshi for bringing our attention to this. She's been a cool one. We've covered this one for a little while. Let me zoom out on this now. We were covering it when it was only just hours old here on this chart. We didn't have much information to go on. New meme coin that's out there. And it had a nice big run up. We covered that and waited for it to come back. And when it got down to these juicy areas, I took a nibble here, and then I took a bigger nibble here and then over here at this area. And then it decided it wanted to just go on a crazy pump after it, you know, made this nice little rounded bottom, made a little flag here. And she just broke up to the upside. Now I've got a target sitting up here. Let me go over the current price. There's a bunch of zeros still in this. Still very low market cap coin. So I'll consider me getting down in here, getting in with the whales, getting in with the smart money. Current price is at 14.85, 9 zeros in front of that. I've got a target at 26.63. Still got a little ways to go. And I must have gotten down here to get the returns I've got. I don't know. I was very pleased with my bag when I looked at, okay, a 2.3x, and then I had a little over there. That would probably explain it. Okay. So nice move from the breakout of this falling wedge, this triangle pattern that we had here on the smaller time frame, and from this channel that was in. Dynamic duel right there, pop to the upside. Great gains, man. Great gains. Currently sitting from there 233%, and I just, you know, I'm still waiting for some higher targets to hit. It's at a pretty good level there. We got the target I'm looking for is a measured move from this Adam and Eve bottom that we got here. We got a spike down, then we got the big long curvaceous bootylicious Eve right here, and we just now confirmed that. It's just been confirmed. Now, one thing that we could see, I'm on the daily time frame. One thing that could happen is that here is our neckline. Let's go ahead and let's mark that little guy, the little horizontal line. So here's the deal. What we could see, and maybe we already have on the smaller time frame, when we confirm that neckline, we could flag out there. We could come up here to this level, flag out. So there's just two options to see before we actually make our measured move. So if we start flagging out, you know, consolidating a little bit, that's kind of normal at this stage in the game on this particular pattern. Not a big deal, kind of a welcome thing in most cases. Doesn't have to happen, but it could happen. We kind of been sitting here in a what appears to be more of an ascending triangle pattern. I think I'm finally getting used to DEX tools a little bit here. So we were in this, more of a symmetrical triangle, really, and now we're kind of making more of an ascending triangle. You could look at it that way, or a breakout of just a triangle. Technically, if you're wanting to get technical, she's making higher lows. Really, man, right there. Yeah, actually, that does qualify for an ascending triangle. Now, these guys have about a 63% chance to break to the upside. So that is on their favor. So there is actually a trade that can be taken here, where Floki Safe Moon were to pop out of here, and this is actually in USD, okay? And you can trade this on PancakeSwap, and that's where I'll begin it. About 1735. If it breaks up and comes back there for a retest, then that would be a safer entry, and could still ride that up to our target. And that was it, right? And that'd be a 50% move just to there. And we could even take this move and put that up there. It goes a little bit higher, right around 2878. So kind of some nice little setup possible there for some more upside on Floki Safe Moon. My bags be pumping. And guys, I know you got to be feeling it too. Your bags have got to be pumping, right? But Bitcoin, here I am on the 6 minute where it's just not doing a little bit of anything. Going sideways, and we may see some more sideways action out of Bitcoin. Overall, we see that the market makers have been having a field day over the last few days, driving prices up to almost 36,000 and then pulling us right back down to 34,000, playing those ranges. Remember, Bitcoin is volatile right now. There is not enough physical Bitcoin on these exchanges, so a little bit of money goes a long way to move price right now. And it kind of makes it a little bit easier for market makers to fill those orders and everything, right? And then we did it again today. Earlier today, this afternoon, it did that again. Drove price down to 34.5 and pumped it up to, what is that, about 35.4. You know, that's a 2% move I believe we had there on Bitcoin. Fluctuation, and not a problem if you're trading spot and everything, but if you're doing that high leverage trading, that could be a little tricky. What I'm looking at short term is that we broke this trend line right here, so that's why we got the little up and down, but we're below it and below the non-moving average on the 4 hour, so we're in a little turbulent water here at these highs in Bitcoin. Remember, we are at highs, right? Let's zoom out and take a look at Bitcoin. Here's what we got going on. A lot of people are starting to show this rising wedge pattern. Some people have already got a breakout. Some people don't. Could depend on what chart you're on, or how well you draw your lines. Could be. The biggest thing I'm looking for, rising wedge with this bear trap, has a high probability of coming up to the top of the pattern once it breaks back in, and a high probability of breaking out to the upside. That can happen. We're not seeing it yet. I'm a little bit disappointed it's taken this long since we had such a strong move up, but it's still on the table. We want to look for it, but a lot of other people looking for it too. Other people thinking we're getting ready to go down. It got a little mixed bag of feelings about the market right now. Sentiment's a little bit wishy-washy, and since tonight is Sunday, it's the weekly close, weekly candle close. We'll just snap over here and look at that candle, get a little better feel. What we just left was a doji type candle right here of indecision. We're up here. There's a trend line. What next? Hello? Hello, Wall Street, tell me. And so we're just kind of hanging out here like we have for 2 weeks now. A little bit of a bummer to hang out here because it shows a sign of strength, but Bitcoin, you got to do something, baby. You can't just hang out up here at the top. You got to make a move. It's either going to be up or down at this moment, unless you want to cop out and go sideways. Which I mean, actually, you know, I'm cool with that because that keeps our altcoin bags a pumping. Do you hear me? Did you hear me? You heard me? Coming down to the 5 day, though, we are above the 200 moving average. I do like that. Where are our relationship here on the weekly? What's going on with our moving averages here on the weekly? Well, we got a 50 moving average that has not yet crossed that 200. And when it does, that is the official buy signal on the weekly. We've already gotten that on the daily a while back. But what has been happening in the last couple of weeks is that our smaller moving averages, the 9 and the 21, have crossed over, while the 100 crossed bearishly. That's not the greatest thing. It's got a little bit more weight than the smaller ones. And while they're all headed toward the upside, except for the outlier here, trying to kamikaze down, overall, it's pretty good. That one's just going to drag us down a little bit. I put a little weight in the back seat that we need to get rid of. Now, one thing that I'm not crazy about when I come down to say the 3 day chart, you can kind of see it. It's a little bit blocky here. Now I wouldn't turn my regular candles back on. Well, no, let's flip with here. I can make my point. You can see it here too. And this is what we got. We can go candle bodies to candle bodies, right? And that is a rising channel. Now those have about a 64% chance, if I'm not mistaken, to break down to the downside. More bearish than bullish, but if we break to the upside of it, more could be hella bullish. Will we see that? Will that happen, ladies and gentlemen? Will price go up and keep going? Or will it have to come down and retouch the 9 moving average? Well, I would not be disappointed if it came down to touch that 9 moving average, to be honest with you. As I watch this planet on the Blue End Road, dog, well, hell, how do I know? I don't know what these big money people want to do, but I do know we got rising price, we got falling volume. That means this little move is losing some steam, and it needs to do something quick before it just fouls out. Somehow this feels like a football song, like I'm watching. It's the Bulls versus the Bears tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we are at this high level. Will we break up? Will we break down? That is the question we all want to know. Who is going to win this game tonight? Well, I got some good news that the Bulls have got price above the 9 moving average, trying to kick that ball higher. Will it succeed? Well, it may possibly do it as long as these averages don't cross. 4 hour comes in. How do you look, baby? You're losing. Oh, there's a penalty right there. Just broke below that 9 moving average. 21 is coming in to catch it. Probably to intercept this price action, but will the Ichimoku cloud swallow it up? Will that happen? Well, that forces down to this 50 moving average at the bottom of this trend line again. Are the market makers going to come in at halftime and just blow the price up back and forth? Killing all the longs and shorts using that high juicy leverage, trying to long at the highs, which is against the cardinal rule of trading. Some of us are still doing it though. Everybody says the Bitcoin's going to the moon. Your thumbnail has a moon on it too. It also has an alien holding a Bitcoin balloon made by AI. Well, that don't mean that we're going there, baby. So, dog, are you bullish or are you bearish? I am neutral, man. And I just maintain, be cool right now, because there's some big money at play. They trying to make some big moves. Don't sell your Bitcoin. I still maintain, look west, young man, look west. That would be over to your left. When after the happening, this was after happening, we're pre-happening now. Charting Crypto made a very interesting, on his live stream, a comment talking about where Bitcoin, the on-chain metrics consider this to be the top of the bull market. And then we had this double top. And so depending on where you're measuring, and I've been measuring from this one right here. And how many days are we're what, 210 days between there, right? How many days are we out roughly from the halving? Last cycle, it was, she was right around here. I was going to throw up a line. I can't remember the exact day, but we're just kind of estimating, if you will. I'm just curious. I have not looked this up, but it just made me think, because what I'm looking at took place after the halving. And where we are in that cycle is almost 200 days. Maybe what's going on here is not so crazy time-wise after all. Just a curiosity. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, is this mirror of what we're doing over here. I haven't really seen anybody mention this in a while, or well, I haven't seen anybody talking about this at all. Or at least not, I know some other people have seen this, just not in this current time frame. Look, 3 years ago, November, what is today, 5th? This is what we were doing. Do you see this? Does this look familiar to you? There, let me draw this. Whoops. Gosh darn it. She was right here. Does this look familiar to you, where we had a bear trap, broke back into a pattern, and then launched to the upside? Well, it happened 3 years ago. We're following it almost day by day, almost. I'm not going to jump out there and say that's exact, but let's just compare. This was the 5th, happened to be a Wednesday, but we were doing the same thing. We were making that same bearish pattern. It was post breakout on here, and you could argue it's how you draw your lines too. We could be looking at this. Still the same. That actually fits a little bit better what we got going on. But it did the same thing, and boom. Look at that, rising wedge, and then we got a rising channel there. And then the next day, actually on the 5th was the breakout. The next day was a candle close above that, and it just went on. Are we getting ready to do something like that? We could. I'm not saying that there's a probability that's exactly what we're doing. Same rising wedge, same little rising channel, and we're right there ready to break out like we did 3 years ago. Is we going to do it? If we did, that would take everybody by surprise for such a strong move. Not saying that it has to be as strong as it was over here, but man, we definitely have a lot more global exposure and a lot more global demand at this point in the market. A lot of people starting to FOMO in. And so this is when Bitcoin went from 14,000, people calling for it to go back to 3,000 or below. I definitely remember that. It's never going to, it's coming down. That's what they were saying, and it didn't. It didn't. It started slowly taking off. We may be seeing that. And again, we could lose it. My advice is keep an eye on that 9 moving average. Keep an eye on that. As long as we're above that, we are good. Especially on this daily time frame, we're good. That means we're bullish. And when we lose that 9 moving average, that's coming in at 34,787. We start closing candles below it, not wicking below it. When we start losing that area, we start dropping below here. And then we could look at some bottom prices. But even if it did, it wouldn't be that terrible. In that situation, we could just simply fall back down to the bottom of the pattern, may find some support there. There is some support over there to the left, and continue and see where we go from there. Right now, my indicators are saying, Baby, things look juicy. The only one that's being a little kind of iffy is this very laggy indicator right here called the MACD, which, oh my gosh, she actually had a cross. Now, MACD is a lagging indicator, but I do respect it. I do respect it, and that's concerned to me right now, so I want to point this one out. Just now had a bearish cross there, and we're going negative on the histogram. So to me, that's a warning sign that is usually only fools ignore. And I've been that fool before, and that's why I will pay attention right now. MACD suggesting that maybe this move will not happen like it did 3 years ago. Other indicators hold a different idea. And even the MACD can change its mind. I mean, it could do something crazy like this and still go up. But as it stands, it's officially, MACD says no. So we got one indicator saying no. This indicator saying, road dog, you stupid. I'm gonna make a fool out of you. Watch this. It may do it. First place it will head back down to be 32,800 in that area at this 21 moving average. That's just the rules of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's just where it will come back down to. So let's just put that out there. But at the moment, we're not showing the signs of further breakdown. This is where they start getting to the conflicting indicators, right? Because it was not long ago when we had that bullish crossover, the 50 crossing the 200. That was your buy signal. 100 is getting ready to cross over, but I will say this. A lot of times when you see the 100 cross the 200, that's usually pullback time. It's still bullish, but it means for a minor correction. So this is what I'm seeing on these time frames. And remember, we did look at the weekly earlier, and it's indecision, and that indecision seems to be what's winning out right now. So the bullish moon boy math, I mean, it could definitely play out that way, but I'm starting, the tiredness is getting to it. Rising price, lower volume. We got the cross, and that was the daily. But it is worth noting here also that the weekly is still on its way up. What we could see on the daily is a scenario kind of like this, where it's crossed and then it could cross back over and maybe continue up. Weekly still looks bullish. I want to throw that out there. Weekly still looks bullish on the MACD. It's the daily one that's kind of not feeling its Wheaties right now. The daily one's wanting to pull back, and if it wants to pull back, we may lose that 9-moving average. Yay. Right now, we're kind of sideways. And that's good for our altcoins. And that's where we come over and look at total 3 right over here, where we did get a breakout to the upside. And this little baby may take off parabolic as Bitcoin dominance right over here keeps falling. Broke support, and she's falling. Right there. Is there a measure move for that? Can we take? Yeah, we can. Shaboom shakalaka, she's coming down maybe to 52%, another percentage, which will help altcoins a lot. Also, our dollar is falling. Broke its trend line and coming to the downside, and gotta see what it's going to do from here. So, altcoins be pumping, y'all. How you like it? Is your bags pumping? My bags look kind of cool. Taking a little bit, I'm nibbling some profit, just like I nibbled into the positions. Let's come over here to the chat, see what's going on. Strega says, FSBN's been binging my alerts. Believe it or not, it's the only thing I follow on the BNB chain. Oh, that's funny. Is it really? I don't have as much over there, but I've kind of gotten away from Binance chain. I think they could have done a better job to protect the reputation. It just got to where there was just about whatever projects that were just rug pulls over there. But no, I mean, there's good projects over there, but they kind of got a little crazy with some stuff. How about that CAS? We need to take a look at CAS, but she says, thank you, bro. Hey, anytime, my man. Hey, we got Grizz in the house. How's it going, Grizz? Marco's here. Now it's a party. And Grizz says, hey, Strega, your bag's swelling. Let's go take a look at Caspa. One of the most popular coins out there. Honestly, the more I find out about it, the more bullish I am on it. Let's see. It's been on MixC for a while too. Looking low. I'm here on the daily, man. Look at these 3 white soldiers. Would you call it that? Could you be? It could be 3 white soldiers. It's looking bullish. She's looking juicy. Ichimoku Cloud says, baby, she's on fire. We've been waiting for this, man. I've been waiting ever since back here in August to see the possibility of this happen. I mean, I knew August wasn't going to be it, but we got up here in September and all through September and October, I'm like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? It could happen, but it don't look like it's going to happen. And normally it doesn't. This pattern breaks to the downside, but when it doesn't, hold on to your hat, strap up, strap in, because you're going on a fun ride. In most cases. Unless there's something to foul at play where they slam us back in and then that's manipulation. I don't think we'll see that with Caspa. I think the distribution is a little bit too fair. And there's also this kind of, I will call it a cup and handle. Right here, because it fits my definition of a cup and handle. When price rises into it, is a continuation pattern. And I think we got all those measured moves right over here, man. Just waiting for them to hit. So the Caspa backs be pumping. I like that. I like that. And I'm looking at 8.3, 9.2. How well have you held up to that, baby? She hadn't quite. I think she's headed up to 7.1 cents there at that 1618 Fibonacci. So guys looking for a short-term target, and I'm on the daily. The Lords of Fibonacci declare the 7.1 cents is in order to occur. Also suggests that 10.7 cents is likely to happen. So there we go. We're using a trend-based fib extension tool, taking the first wave down here and getting some targets. That's how I'm breaking this down for you. I need to is that you, baby? I got you. There are actually some other targets that I may need to add on here, such as my 2. And let's make that kind of a grayish line. And there's my 2, which we've got. I think that's where. No, that's not our measure move. Well, I forgot how we got it, but we got it there at the 200% mark. That is another target. So those are some juicy, juicy targets. That. What was you? You was another 8.3. So 7.1, 8.3, 9.2, and 10.7. Measured move that I've got, and I think that is from the cup and handle. And that's where 9.2 comes. This is the breakout for what's cup and handle, and also cup and handle is short. Cup and handle is more around this 8.4. The rising wedge is taking us up here to 9.2. Either way, we're going up, baby. Ooh, celebrate. Caspa, baby. We got to show Caspa a little bit of love and appreciation in hopes that the other altcoins will follow suit, for the great example that it has shown for my big swelling fat bags that are growing. So Marco says Chlor AI popped. I saw that too. Marco, it was you that brought that to our attention, right? I've been watching that little guy, and I thought I had a small. I mean, it would have been a small bag, me nibbling. I need to check in on that, but I just haven't noticed it when I looked for it. I may have missed it. So we're looking at a dreaded possibility that it could have come down here, but it didn't look like it wanted to. It was triangling out, and actually it broke to the upside. So you know what? Some of these, I want to redo some of these. One of these targets has hit. The first target is hit. Well, I guess I'll keep them there. I don't like having so many targets all together, though. I think that's unnecessary. First target was hit, so boom. 3.6 cents. Now we got, it was well before that. We're talking about it when it was on the bottom of the trend line, and that's where I like to buy when I get in. But the breakout, getting to where we are now, it's just 15% from that breakout, 22 to that first target from the breakout, and have a measure move that should take us up a 66% up to just a little under 5 cents. But now, since we got this breakout, we can treat this a little different. And this is a longer term target, but that move suggests that we could see 6.3 cents out of this breakout. It will not be straight up. It will have it struggle to get there, and it may take it a little while to struggle its way up there, but 6.3 cents is in order. Is on the table. Because that qualifies as a pennant, bull pennant. And to me, that's juicy. Juicy. All right, coming in on the... Okay, that was the daily chart here, man. Ichimoku Cloud's really supported by this move. It's just right there in this corner. You know, it is... It's got energy drinks for it, you know... Got fresh fruits and vegetables for its marathon run and water. It's right there supporting it. So Ichimoku's got his back. Everything's above the 6 hour. 6 hour looks juicy. Money flow's coming to the upside. Everything looks ready for Chlor to just continue on. I'm trying to see if we get a chance for a pullback. I'm not saying one just yet. There is a good chance that it will at least come back to 3.1 cents, or maybe out to the breakout point where the 21 moving average is poking its head out. 0.3 cents, but I would not hold my breath for that because she looks like she's ready just to keep on rocking, even all the way down to the 1 hour. Wow. Wowza. I mean, maybe at 33 cents might get a pullback. Maybe at some point. It's not happening right now, though. A little bit of bearish divergence here. Okay, maybe getting closer, or we may be getting ready to go parabolic. She's getting ready to do something. But definitely some bearish divergence building up here. So the safe thing to do would be to draw a trend line. You could even draw a couple following that angle up just to give you an exit point if we drop below these certain areas. But that's just to safeguard you against the bearish divergence that's forming. But when something's getting ready to go parabolic, yeah, that divergence is put on layaway. We put it back there a little bit. It plays out a little bit later on after the pump. So the pumpy pump may be coming up 44.5, or just a little under that 5 cents if it actually meets that target. So cool breakout. Remember, it was a falling, or it's not really a falling wedge. It's just a triangle pattern, which made a bull pennant when you zoom out. So juicy, and that big target was at 6.3 cents. So awesome. Chlor AI is rocking. Trigger says, "Nah, my bags are flat." They got some exercises for that. I've seen some pills for it too. Taraxa against Ethereum here. Getting this a little pump up today. And that's a nice move. So whether you're, I don't know, on this with dollar or Ethereum, I've traded this on Uniswap. 32% move since we bumped up above this 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Remember, when you get above the 4 hour, hold that, you're bullish. The 200 moving average on the 4 hour, it's one of your most bullish signs to know that, hey, things are turning around and going in a good direction. So what is she doing now? Looks like we're getting a double bottom type scenario here. And there is a measure move from this that will go up to this neckline that we have almost confirmed. Almost confirmed. You might say that it's almost confirmed. Meaning that this one can go up to, what is that? 56,682. We're at 41,604 right now. This is an Ethereum. And in Geek Talk, that could be about a 43% move. And again, it already had a nice little move from the juicy bottoms here at 27,295 to 41,604, which was a 50% move. So from here to there, you just doubled your Ethereum, baby. Grimmer's in the house. Welcome, Grimmer. Glad to have you here. Whoop, whoop. Grizz. How's it going, Grizz? So what do you guys think? Do you think the market's going to go up, or do you think that it's going to crash? What do you guys think? I just realized we have no dancers out tonight. It's the astronauts versus the bears tonight. The dance-off of all dance-offs on the Road Dog Crypto Show. Who will win? All right, some things are popping off. The bags are getting full. Should you take some profit, or is there some higher targets? Because it looks like right now we might be getting a little bit of a pullback. Got a little red on the hourly here. Well, that's not good. That doesn't make my bags feel fat at all. We've got to check out Tao, T-A-O. BitTensor over on MEXC, Gate.io, BitGet. Also available on Uniswap. Low supply coin doing some very bearish things, very bullish things. I say very bullish things. Rising Channel did the bear trap thing again, broke back into the pattern, and we even had a trade set up right here at $82 saying, hey, we're going to come up to the top of this pattern. That's what happens when we break back in with a bear trap, and possibly even break out to the upside of it. That's also what usually happens. Doesn't have to, might get rejected up here. That's why 124 is a dang good target. And my personal opinion, that's what we're at. We just already hit this target at what, 106, blew that out of the water. Wish I'd bought more at all these juicy low prices at $50. Wish I did. I took a little bit of profit, and I'm like, gosh, I really wish I had more to sell or to throw out, to nibble out. This one's more of a long-term hold for me, so I'm just nibbling profit a little here and there. And definitely looking to add more to my bag on that. Any sizable pullbacks that we get on this project. Because I think this one's got legs. Coming over here on the daily. So I do have a target at 151 for this guy. And you know what? We have confirmed this double bottom here. Just go ahead and mark that horizontal. That little line is very important now. So that is at $92. If we get a pullback, it might be to $92. It can happen. I would definitely keep my eye open for that, but we got, depending on where we pull from, I think we already did that because we did it this way. Which actually, when you draw that little line there, it gives us a megaphone pattern. But our measure move coming at 151 is from the double bottom pattern, which has been confirmed. And we could take a pattern from this little guy here if we do actually get a breakout. Here's a secondary measure move coming at $204 for the megaphone pattern that it can possibly be trying to break out of. So juicy future for this one. And as I said, we may get some rejection here at 124, may get a pullback. If it does, I'm definitely looking at trying to get some in some good juicy areas here. Marco says, we're going up, dog. We are going up. Can we check Dimitri? I'm glad you asked that. I keep meaning to do that. I wanted to get on that one. I do have a little bag of that. It's growing a little bit. It needs to grow a lot more, though. I have not added to that bag in a long time, but I didn't want to quite get rid of it. Oh, what a noisy chart here. And it's been a long time since I've looked at this little guy. So we're getting a double bottom scenario here too, right? So I do think that that's very cool. I like that. There's also this channel that we're in. How's that holding up? Just checking all the options. So that's where we're finding our resistance, is that channel top. And that's actually kind of a strong pattern, but not as strong as our main line here. So this is cool. So we've got the this trend line, and then this trend line converged, and that's where we got our bottoms there, and that's the power trend line magic. Also have this little guy going on. We could just make this off. This is why my charts get to be a confusing mess. There's a lot of different ways to read this. Overall, I just like to look at the bigger picture. It's getting kind of weird. We're in accumulation, that's what we're in. And the biggest thing I'm seeing, other than these smaller patterns, trying to give us an idea, this one had to break out to the upside. So, wow. Double bottoms scenario here. So once we actually confirm, this area was at 9.6 cents, right in that area, then we've got our bigger target. So for a long-term play, this is how I'd be looking at it. For a shorter term play, horizontal support resistance areas are probably, in Fibonacci's, your best bets to get your targets. Then take us up to 18 cents on this guy. And we haven't seen those numbers in a while. Now, I started getting into this guy last year, about this time last year. I can't remember exactly where I bought it, but it wasn't a huge bag or anything. So that's interesting to me. And the biggest thing to keep in mind with this one is it still is an accumulation. Very few people are aware of this, and to be honest with you, I'm not really sold on their use case. I'll just throw that out there. So this rounding shape could be holding right here. It seems to fit pretty nicely there. Accumulation, and this would be our butt crack. I'm just saying. The rounded bottoms usually have a butt crack. This one's got a big butt crack. So accumulation, eventually we will get that breakout, but it may take a while. This one's kind of a slow guy, but the biggest thing to notice on the daily time frame is that we are now above the 200 moving average, and now we're officially bullish. So things are looking good there. Money flow's coming to the upside. It's got a little sideways action going on right now, so we gotta figure out what it's going to do there. But definitely looks kind of yummy. Let's take a fib and let's get a 618. Figure out where that is, because that would be our juicy target to look for. May get rejected up here at 6.5 cents, but that's where it's trying to head. And if it feels a little rambunctious, she may go up to 7.9 cents there. This is a viable target here at 11.9 cents, just a little under 12 cents. If I had to guess where it would be heading, if it keeps going up, I'd be looking into that one. But this area right here is the 618 Fibonacci, and what that simply means is that's a good area where a lot of people may try to sell short. Might be a lot of resistance there at 6.5 cents, but still, that's almost a 2x of where we are right now. Just there. What's 78%? Fairly impressive. If we do make it up to 12 cents, that's a 223% return on investment. But I'm telling you, that could take months right there. Marco says ATOR has been consolidating, looking like it wants to move up with the relay miners in play. People not selling off early mega. So let's take a look at ATOR. ATOR protocol. Oh yeah, juicy. Well, we can get rid of these little guys, clear up this chart just a little bit. Don't need any of that. Bearish megaphone breaking to the upside. Need I say what happens? Let's all say it together in 3-part harmony. Blast off! Parabolic move to the upside. Can be a retest, can get a pullback. If it does, not a bad idea to pick it up. As long as it does not break back into this pattern, we are good and for more upside. And sometimes you will see a pullback on them. I would rather not. I like it better when they don't. You get better results when you don't get those pullbacks, but you just are at that point to get in. But she's doing everything right for some more upward movements. So blast off here too. This juicy bargain zone never got hit. That is an important level though. We need to mark this one. There is a chance at some point it may come back to 7.6 cents just to retest that area, because there's nothing there. No support there for it at all. So after it gets through blasting up, there may be, whenever we get a major pullback in crypto, maybe seeing those levels again. So if you're missing out, don't worry. Just make sure you pay yourself as we start hitting these juicy levels, because it's already blew this target out of the water at 1.33 cents. That is now support, hopefully, if we can hold that. And $1.59, $1.71, and $2.07 is the nice juicy target I've got there for you. And let's go ahead and take our measured move there. It's kind of giving us confidence right there in these areas. Technically, I think that little measure move I took takes us up to about 163, just right in between there. So those are all good targets. I still think we got a good chance to be working on $2.07. Early stage of parabolic movement. This would be a third wave. It can even go higher, in my personal opinion. Well, there's only one thing that we can do about this at this point in the game, and that's just to show it the respect it deserves. Now, is it? There's some bearish divergence between these two picks. technically it could be the M top, or technically it could just be a pullback where it just kicks ass and goes higher. Key things I'm looking for is money flows. As long as money flow keeps coming in, we're good. Stochastics down at the bottom. When they start pointing to the upside, that's more movement to the upside. We're above the non-moving average. Support resistance flip right here. Kind of can't have nothing else to go by. I'm just keeping an eye on the non-moving average. It will go a little bit tired, but I don't think it's going to be today. And again, as with any parabolic move that starts going up, well, you draw a trend line and find that latest trend line, and once you break it, well, then you can think about taking a break, taking most of your profits, and seeing if you can catch it at a better price. But until then, she's going to keep going up until she doesn't. Marco says big time is still in the bottom Bollingers, and Bollinger Bands are tying in. Somebody asked for that one night, and I meant to get to it, and I forgot about it. Apologize for that. I don't want to go. Is it all in perpetual? Who's got spot? Big time. Big Get's got it on spot. Who's? Coinbase has got it too, right? I'm looking for. KuCoin's got it. They probably. I want volume though. Crypto. And it's on MEXC. Let's see what MEXC's got. I'm just looking for a good chart on it. Well, this is old crap. What were we doing here? We were looking at the Billy Butt Crack. Alright, let's... When was this? So it came up and did a falling wedge here, got a lackluster breakout with no volume and just kind of traded sideways from there on out, right? And let's zoom out. How far can we go? Here's the daily. Okay, yeah, we don't have very much price action. So that looks like a 618 pullback. Yep. So she came back to the 618, so that's a good sign. So we can get a 1-to-1 out of this. I mean, you know, quick target, boom, boom, to the 414 right there. So that's 48.23 cents where we could be heading out of this. As long as the 618 holds and we start working up, that would be our target. That'd be a good target for that. And that's about a 3x from here. Wow. 200%. So that's one target on the bigger move, and this one can do it. Now we want to get a target for this next move as it starts rising up here. And we can also get these are more short-term targets. 41.3 cents. Should definitely get a hiccup there. Should get some rejection there. And then our 618, that will be our most immediate target. So as with anything, when we look at a move down, we've got to see it get above the 236. That's at 17.23 cents basically. After we see it do that, because it's not going to do it yet, she's below the non-moving average right here on the daily. She's getting a little tired right now. She's not exactly bouncing right now. She could. We'll look at the smaller time frame. But prices got to get above 17.2, or else it's gonna range and may come back down. So very important that we get above that area. After we get that, we can start looking at that 618 Fibonacci level. 26 cents as a good target to hold on to. And any that you want to take profit before, but I would recommend looking closely at that one because that's where a lot of people will be trying to sell. And it may range in between here for a little while. But 30 cents will definitely come into play once it breaks out into that zone, and then 41, and even out up here to 48. So it will take a little bit of time. And let's see what the 4 hour looks like on this. 4 hours looking a little bearish there. What's up? Losing some ground on the 4 hour, losing some trend lines here. You lost that. It lost this. That's not the greatest look. So a rising channel or a bearish megaphone leg, we're riding the trend line underneath it, so that's a little hopeful. That's more bullish than bearish, because in bearish we would just immediately come down. Looks like it still wants to come down. On the 4 hour, it looks like we got a head and shoulders there on smaller time frame right underneath this trend line. A possible. It's not completed, but it is working off the support resistance area right here. Over here this way, and we got shoulder, possible head, possible another shoulder. It's got to confirm. It's got to come all the way back down here and confirm. And if it does that, we could be looking to some more downside. And honestly, this one looks like it's got some. It's got some stuff to figure. It's got some stuff to figure out, man. This one needs a talking to. Big time. You made some promises. Take people up. Help people out big time. What are you doing, big time? You just kind of hanging out here doing nothing? Trying to look like you're just going sideways, just hanging out. I know you're slacking is what you're doing, because you lost that trend line. You lost it. I know you did. I mean, just admit it. Just admit it, and let's try to move on. You got some support here coming in with what, 15 cents? Do you think you can hold that support? Do you think you can hold it together to kind of regain these moving averages for us? Let's not make you look like small time, because that's what you're looking like. We don't want you to look like small time. Be the big time that you want to be, that you set out to be big time. That's what everybody's expecting for you. They expect you to go up, what? Big time. Yeah, you got a big name to live up to. People expecting that. People got their eyes on you. Get your shit together. Come on, let's do something. You got this big Ichimoku cloud right here just begging you to go into it. Are you going to? I think you should. I think you could. Don't be scared of it, baby. Don't be scared of success. You got to step out there and do some things big time. I got some faith in you. I'm going to be checking up on you. I got my eyes on you, baby. Do better. Do better big time. I gave it a stern talking to. We'll see how it does. On the plus side, that is the ugliest trend line, I think. I don't like it. This one counts. These little spikes up. Keep our eye on this guy. It just concerns me losing that trend line right there. And riding beneath it. What is the deal with big time? I know nothing about this one. Big time has a maximum supply of 5 billion. That's some big time coins right there. I've seen it go a lot worse though. So this is starting to become standard in the norm for proof of stake projects. All-time high was 34 cents 24 days ago. So this one's not been around that long, huh? New coin all-time low was a month ago at 5 cents, and now we're at 15. So it's, it's had a 3x. We can give it that. Just from a low. Well, the low was before the high. Well, okay, that's what we're looking at here. That was that crazy, that spike was for real. So it was here, and then it just spiked up immediately. What was that, 6x? 7x? That's amazing. And then it came down to the 618. So that's some promise. And in all seriousness, I mean, the target for this 1-to-1 move would be 48 cents. So it's got the possibility to do that. If it just gets its act together there. I have no idea what this thing does, though. What are you, big time? Big Time is a multiplayer action role-playing game for PC that melds fast combat system with an open game economy where players have an active role in generating and exchanging game items. Okay, so Web3 game. A lot of people putting a lot of stock into the games, and it's a market that will move. I just want to be a friendly reminder out there that in most of these gaming projects, these tokens don't do shit. Just a reminder. Just keeping it real with y'all. Yeah, this is different than stocks, but that's how this game plays. It's a hype game. So gaming and Web3, I mean, they're going to have a hype, and so we trade it. But just keep it real. Just know what you're looking at. A lot of these coins don't do jack crap. So here's one we got to take a look at. It's also in the gaming thing, and it's actually on Binance Smart Chain. Synverse. She did something funky today, man. You see that? She spiked up to 0.0073 cents. That's a huge spike. She's not there now. She drew back. But somebody had some fat fingers and pumped that price up there. No, really, it didn't. I mean, that's volume, but it's not huge volume for that price. Oh, we got a liquidity issue. We may get a squeeze. Well, there's no leverage trading on that. Well, is there? I don't know. I'm speaking out of my... I'm just saying there's a sign here that price may be easy to pump to the upside. That's all I'm saying. Zooming out here on Synverse. Well, so we hit our target. Yay, at 5.9. I'm looking for it to hold over 5.5. We need this area right here. I want to get rid of this target. It is crucial for this area right here to hold for more upside. And that's at 0.0055. Gotta see price hold above it. Right now it is acceptable level, and we got a little bit of wiggle room, but you could even bring it down here to what is that, 5.4 cents right through. We got to flip this resistance into support, and so it needs to retest that and then kind of bounce off of it. And we're not doing that. We're trying. It's trying. Synverse, you keep going. You go, baby. You make Daddy happy. Daddy's seen the Synverse bag just get bigger and bigger, and Daddy liked that. You're making me happy. Got a trend line there. And I'm sure we can say there's a trend line there, but we don't have enough. I'm not going that drought just yet. But a nice pump on the 4 hour for Synverse. I'm going to flip over here to the daily, just get a look at the bigger picture. We got the green light on Market Cipher for more upside. Stochastics momentum wave headed toward the upside. VWAP headed to the upside. Money flow headed to the upside. Ichimoku Cloud just ready to be there, that backup, that best supporting actor right there. Meaning Synverse could be ready to go up, and I'm looking at 1.1 cents, get back to a penny. And I'm just waiting for the day that this one will do some damage, but 0.16 cents, that's the next target that we got for it. Once we get out of past 5.5 cents, and then we got another range to play with, which got some pretty good juicy returns. But getting in down here, if you were following this breakout or buying anywhere through this area, man, I mean, there'd be almost 5 extra money there. 400% return right there, just going back up to 1.6 cents. So this is a long-term play for me that I've got, and I know some of you guys have got some of this too. And 2 cents, right at 2 cents, might be a little bit of a hiccup too. But by the time it gets there, we're going to have these big old smiles on our faces. Because this baby's got a lot of room to make up. She's got lots of room to recover here to get back up to 70 cents. Will it? Maybe. What if it don't? Let's just be pessimistic. What if we don't go up there? Well, if we go to 43 cents, I'm cool. And I think we're going to at least 43 cents. That's our 618. So from What are we right now, Sinverse? We're under half a penny. We're at half a penny right now and going to 43 cents. Now, if this takes off, and this is a cool game that's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, that kind of vibe. For adults, it's kind of cool. And going up to 89 cents would be juicy gains. Getting down there at the juicy bottom. Even if you got it at a penny, that's an 89x. At half a penny, that's the kind of returns that we want, and that's why I'm in this little guy. And it may be a lottery play, for it to actually hit those prices. Who knows? But I'm riding that train, and I'll let you guys know how it works out for me. And some of you guys are on that trade too. We just kind of, we having a good day on that train right now. Because number go up, flipping support, hopefully. It's not official yet. Hopefully flipping that resistance into support, making higher grounds, looking for 1.1 cent. Coming, hopefully soon. So I accidentally flipped over here on Solana, so since I did, let's take a look at it. Also pumping out to the upside of a bearish pattern. We're getting ready to go parabolic, people. We're being going parabolic, but this is actually when our real parabolic move should start, as long as we don't fall below $36. Hold that area. Oh, we got some more upside for Solana, and looks like there may be some big money having some big plans for Solana. 68 cents is definitely on the table, and we got a measure move even just from this channel, which I don't have on here just yet. Draw a line, Road Dog. Let's go, baby. Are you kidding me? For real. 3 times trying to draw that. I'm on the weekly time frame. For some reason, I can't finesse myself. There we go. $54. Measure move from the channel that just broke out of. So me finds that interesting. Solana's getting ready to go, baby. Look at it. Let's turn this noisy indicator off over here. So that Ichimoku cloud right there, how far it is from price on the weekly. Solana's getting ready to rip. Dang, I wish I had bigger bags of Solana. But that's okay because my bags are growing. They're starting to look nice. Decred's one that I like. So a few of you guys might be in on it. It's the one that the last time we were down in this area at $12.50 that it just rose up to $250. Just crazy, almost like a straight line. Will it do it again? That's what we're hoping for. Still in a good juicy buy zone, man. Actually, I think under $20 is good buy zone for this one. But we got a breakout. It's a lackluster breakout. I gotta say that. We got rising price and falling volume, meaning that we're probably going to go sideways here for a little while before we get our big juicy move. So I'm going to take these little things. The targets are still good, but our time frame is just going to be out there. Remember, it takes us a while to move, but when she does, this is what it does. This is what it does. When it moves, it goes. When it moves, it goes. And I plan to be on riding that train too. It just hasn't left the station yet. All aboard! And DCR, just to go over the tokenomics real quick. It's a low supply coin, right? Kind of like Bitcoin. Decred, it is a mineable coin. It's a hybrid. It does proof of stake and mining. It's just kind of cool. It's been around for a little while. You got a dash on the maximum supply. I don't know why it has it here on that. There is a, it does have, I thought it's 21, it's supposed to be 21 million, just like Bitcoin. 15 million out in circulation. All-time high is $250. All-time low is 39 cents, but that was 7 years ago. So one thing that I do like about this one I want to point out is that you can look at these other coins and you see them making lower highs each bull cycle, right? Decred has not. Decred has been making higher highs each cycle. So, considering all this, there's a good chance that it may make a much bigger high than $240. Just throwing that out there. Whereas something like Polygon's too early. Let's use something like for like, proof of money. Litecoin did okay. 2017 it got up to $417, and it basically almost double topped in the next cycle before 13. So it didn't make a little bit of a lower high, but not bad. Morgan candle close is close at the top side there. We're just trying to find another interesting example. Your proof of stake ones, you've got more like a triangle. They make lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Seems like during all these cycles. I think most of your proof of work ones, they seem to maintain a little bit. So I use this one as an oscillator for Bitcoin, knowing that we can actually get up here even though it takes a while. I like to sell this one against Bitcoin. Now, this one against Bitcoin, which I use Litecoin just kind of like a banking cap. I just kind of pull off as it's in profit and take off and put it in the other stuff. But if you look how it does against Bitcoin over those times, you can see against BTC, it just slowly underperforms. It just underperforms Bitcoin. So this kind of shows that it's not the greatest one to grow your Bitcoin with, although you can get the spikes and do it and grow your Bitcoin, but it keeps making lower lows and lower highs in the Bitcoin pair. So that's just another interesting thing to look at. Striga says he forgot to check render. Render's been doing good. It's finally coming back to those hype prices that it was at before. Ah, you suck as a chart. Oh, I'm on monthly. No, you're fine, I guess. Apparently, we had a trade set up. Oh! Well, that got hit to the upside. So looking at a short, I'm on the 5-day chart here, so it's made some very impressive games. So trend line lost it, fell to the downside. We got a retracement. What is that? Is it 618 or 786? 618? 618 retracement there. I'm going to reuse this trend line right here. And it takes us up to the magical 414 1-to-1 ratio right there. 1-to-1 move. $4 is one of my targets for that, and then of course $3.65 be another. Let me get I want to hold off on this one. So we're starting to get a retest of this trend line, and it may, we'll probably double top here. Not that that's a bad thing, but it'll probably catch some resistance and pull back, and then maybe go sideways and go on its own trajectory, because it does appear that the angles are coming into play here. So we got this trend line, and if we copy it, well, you can see that it's holding up very well here, just meaning that we just bump down a level so that we can continue to the upside, in my personal opinion. So I think we'll just continue in this channel to $4. We just won't break back above this line to do it. We'll just ride underneath it and still make those higher highs. So me likes that. It looks good. Found support at the 618. I'm just going to clean up my chart because all these little small targets, small time frame targets have been hit. All these targets have been hit. Even this one up here at 266. We just need to make sure that this area here, 128, holds. Bring this little guy down there to hold that. It's just a series of channels. It's kind of like a waffle pattern. Could be a waffle pattern. See, the angle we got there matches up pretty well with the angle we got there, so we may see this angle come into play again. So I'm just taking all this as basically a good sign for more upside. It looks fine. It looks like it's just going to have a little bit of a hiccup where it is now. It needs to get above $2.36. Horizontal support resistance area right there. So we need to get above that. That's going to be resistance until we actually flip it on the 5-day candle. We're trying. Looks like we're trying to. And 396, I still got that as a target. So nice little shapes here. Almost looks like it kept in handy, but we've got a range, and we do have a measure move for that of $5.16. I'm not calling it a cup and handle. I just call it a scallop. But there's a lot of people that train people that they are. I just stick with Thomas Bukowski's and Mr. O'Neill's, the guy who discovered it. I just stick with their recommendations on how to do it. Other people find them everywhere. Whatsoever's here. Hey, how's it going, Whatsoever? Cyber Connect. Let's check out Cyber Connect. So, can you guys hear the lyrics to this song? Is she cussing? Or is it just, am I not understanding what she's saying? This is supposed to be a non-explicit song, but I don't know what she's saying. So we got Cyber Connect here at $6. Maximum supply is dash, so got some digging to do there. They don't always report the maximum supply here in CoinMarketCap. So it says 100 million. 100 million tokens, and about 10% of that, 11% of it's out in circulation right now. Oops, I won't log. Okay, typical. All-time high for this guy was $18. Just 3 months ago, you're $18, and you fell back 66%, huh? All-time low is also $1.81. So you're a new little guy. What do you do? Cyber Connect is Web3's earliest and biggest social network play, okay, that enables developers to create social applications using ERC-4337 account abstraction, empowering users to own their digital identity. We will be seeing lots more of that. Content and connections and interactions. Okay, so it's a social network and /ID kind of play. Interesting. Okay, let's go check the charts out. I forgot to get the ticker. Is it just cyber? It's just cyber, right? And there's two different cybers. So Binance. Oh, now I want to go DEX. I was looking for that one. Cyber, I'm on a 3-day big time frame here. It's above the non-moving average. Non-moving average crossed over the 21. That's a bullish to me. I like that. It's got that going for it. It's coming down to a smaller time frame. We don't have as much. What is this? Have I charted that before? Way back over there. The line in the sand to get out. That was back in September. I don't remember looking at this one, but apparently I did. And so back there, yeah, that's your line in the sand. That's when it tells you, hey man, you need to get out. Get the F out. That's what that means. Had a target of $19. It did not get hit. And I believe that was probably a 2-7 from that move as a possible. Okay. All right. So after that, she's kind of flatlined for a little while. Came down and flatlined, and that's kind of normal. When you get a parabolic run up, you get down and sideways on a lot of these, and there's a long stretch for that one. Not too long, just a month. This is just barely new coin. And now we've got this trend line here that we got rejected at 7.5 cents. Gosh darn it. Currently, we're getting a pullback from that swing low to that swing high at the 0.5 mark. Typical. Can you come lower? You might come lower. Smaller time frames are looking just a little tired, and it did get rejected there, so let's hope that we're getting that same thing that we just kind of saw, where this trend line here will hold. It looks like it might, because this fits really nicely with this angle. So I think we just kind of, we've had to lower our hopes a little bit and just kind of ride a different trend, take a different path to the upside. So I'm gonna pull back at the 5 area. It's got a good chance to test that 618 because that's a support resistance area. It's got it, the wicks over here. 5.48 is going to be. It's going to be an area that it probably will test again. Let's make that one real big. Let's get rid of this guy. So that's my big area I'm concerned with. Right, well, I'm not concerned, but that's just where it's likely to come back and touch. And that is probably a 618 Fibonacci area right on it. Makes sense. And that gives us an easy target to look for, because we're looking for $8.30 after it bounces off that 618. For a shorter term target. So I can see that happening. That actually make a good trade setup. Because that's a 50% gain. And you can put a super little tight stop loss right under that support resistance area, because if it breaks that area, then if it falls below that, then chances are it's going to come lower. So that's actually a pretty nifty little trade setup. If I can get my stop loss lower. Stop loss, what happened to you, man? You're not working. I have to do this thing again. So if you put under a 200 moving average on the 4 hour, that's basically about 10% stop loss. That's doable. That's fairly safe. Risk reward ratio 1 to 6, 1 to 5.8, 5.8 to 1 rather. So that's interesting. Now, what's going on with their indicators here? They're getting a little bit tired. So yeah, I am looking for a pullback. I keep forgetting about the Telegram group. I need to let's go over here and post this in the trade setups. I can do it over here. Let me just type this out real quick and we'll move on. So this is Cyber. 4 hour. And we are looking, that's 548. All right, I'm going to post that over there. And there we go. All right, so that's the best play I see for Cyber is wait for a retest of that, and then you got a long to the upside 50% return on investment possible. Striga says, I forgot to check the token. Striga, are you over there? So y'all got different names over here than you do on YouTube, so I don't recognize people. I didn't even know, Striga. This little guy, Tenant, is popping. It was in this juicy bargain area right down here. Didn't quite make it down to that measure move. Of course, I could have probably been just a little bit more particular with it. Coming straight down. Oh, my channel's not even perfect. That was a little bit more accurate right there, though. Anyway, she got into a juicy buy zone. Let's come to the daily. Just easier to see it on the daily, less noise. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that. Symmetrical triangle, kind of, sort of. This is crappy price action. Now, should be making more of a wedge type shape. I'm looking for some, yeah, there we go. So there's some candle bodies right there. What we got here? Oh, come on, get out of my way. Oh, there we go. All right, and there's our line that we got to watch out for. That's where we're going to have problems getting above. So was it about 13 cents? We're going to have a little hiccup there, about 13 cents on Tenant, but she's making a move. She was down to 6 cents and getting ready to almost double by the time it gets up here to 13 cents, but got to see what she will do once she gets up there. Looks like she might find some rejection, but nice little move has been going on there. She's got some issues to deal with, though. I don't think it's a healthy coin just to immediately jump into. Could be something. Could be a secondary pattern playing out there. That one's got a 55% chance to break to the upside if it comes up to 17 cents, but you know, it's got that work to do to get there. Will it bear trap and do something crazy? Maybe. It might reject and just kind of go sideways for a little while. So, Tenant looking good on for these past few weeks, but I'm not sure how far it's going to go past 13 cents just yet anyway. Just throwing that one out there. Of course, one of my favorites here has been Nakamoto Games, which is just ripping it up, blasting through targets like crazy. I gotta zoom out to the weekly just so we can even look at this. We're in price discovery on Naka, and now that makes this guy right here make him big and fat, so we know that's our. Was that 89 cents, 90 cents? We don't want to drop below that. If we do, it's not going to be pretty. She's going parabolic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've got her going up to $1.47, maybe $1.74 for a measured move. And that, again, that's about... well, that could happen. It may stumble up here in this top range before it gets up there, but $1.73, I think is where we're headed for Nakamoto Games. Parabolic move after a breakout to the upside of a bearish pattern. That's what we want to see, and that's what we're starting to see a lot of now, because we're getting a mini little altcoin season going on right now, and dang good time to take advantage of it. But it could go on for just a little bit longer. This is on the weekly. November is going to be pump member, it looks like, for altcoins anyway. 4 hours still looks really juicy on this. Can there be a pullback? There could be, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. We just keep breaking to the upside of these bearish patterns on all these time frames. So more upside. I would stick with the dollar target we got there, 148. So 114 now. 148 probably in, hopefully in a couple of days. You go, baby. You go, Naka. Another channel right here breaking to the upside. So yeah, I would expect that. And then 174, 175 is kind of my topping out target. Although we'll just have to keep up with it and see if it's got even more steam there. But Naka's hot. Ah, there were 3. I joined the lounge. Okay. Yeah, the chart room is here's one thing. Before I found this out, Telegram used to drive me crazy. Folders. If you go over your settings, you can click folders and then you can add your chats over there. Otherwise, it's just a mess of whatever. And man, finally, I was getting all these spam things that were opened up, and I finally blocked all of them and got them out of the way. I gotta update Telegram. But using folders over there, man, it'll make your life easier on Telegram. But yeah, I do have kind of a labyrinth of in the trading group. Oops. Or the Telegram group, I'd rather say. So I've got the chart room, that's the main one, and then it's got sections. I figure, oh, you can do topics? If I knew that, I would just have, could have done that over here in the lounge. The lounge is where we got the Coin Trends bot, and it does TA and stuff like that. And just where the cool kids hang out. Ah, cool. I like that. That's awesome. Group. Oops, just messed that up. I've been posting some news articles over there, and then I had news and updates. I have not been doing much with this. That's usually where I posted my news articles, but since there's fewer people over there, I've just been posting them in the lounge. So the chart room and the lounge are the two main ones I've got over there. I've actually got an actual roaddog.crypto one that I've just done, nothing with. I think I've got that on private. I don't know. But there's a bunch of cool, the reason this is cool, there's a bunch of cool things. If you will go into the file sections, like into the student charts, come up here to the top and you see where we got files. Man, I've got all kinds of things there for you. I've got all my charts, I've got some books over there. Most of the books actually are over in the lounge section. That's where we put them first. So if you go to the lounge section and check files, man, there's a... Where are they at? Where are they at? We didn't move them, did I? I've got a crap ton of books over there, trading books and trading information. And over in the chart room, in the student area, there's also videos. Training videos over there. If you want to learn how to chart and stuff, there are a ton of videos over there teach you how to trade leverage, to do all kinds of stuff. And even, I believe, I really need to go through and organize some of this stuff, but there's some really cool ones over here in the trade setup areas. Also, some of them have to deal with psychology and just stuff that you need to know as a trader. Strega says it looks like Soul's dipping. Solana. Oh, you coming down? Good. That means I can take my profits and buy a little more. I have some of this on a wallet on DeFi, so I traded some on Radium trying to build a bag up over there, apart from my other bag. So, are you coming back to retest an area, baby? So we're on the 4 hour. I'll pull back to the 50 moving averages in order, and hopefully, I mean, if that doesn't stick, we may be looking at something more bearish, but a correction in there would be quite fine, quite normal. We may not even actually touch the 50 before going up, but we're touching that cloud, aren't we? So it looks like just a nice little pullback. She broke above here. A retest of that trend line is not out of the question. That's at 36 cents. I think $36. My personal opinion, that's a great little area to look at trying to get back in or add to your bag. Flags out and continue to the upside. But man, after a run like that, you know, I don't blame him for being tired.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Taking a quick look at MEXC on my phone here because there's usually something I want to go over on the stream, and I usually kind of forget about it. Here's a new one that we've been looking at called Nuco Cloud, and it's over on MEXC, and it's new over there. Interesting project. I like it. I am in it. I've got mine over on Uniswap, and then it got listed over here on KuCoin. One of the new listings, I got to pull back to the 618 Fibonacci, and again, we're looking at maybe 21 to 22.63 cents right through that area. As some targets, I'm expecting it to hit there. I think this one's got some potential. If you're not familiar with it, you may want to look in on it. It's kind of a gem picked up. We just kind of picked up here on the channel and kind of dove in, and more I looked at it, so I was like, I like that. I want to take a chance on it. And especially finding out it getting listed on KuCoin. Or on MEXC. Just waiting to see what happens with it. I think the more it gets noticed and listed on other exchanges, I think this has got some good possibility for some more upward growth. But I don't know if it's the greatest trade set. It is on the bottom of the trend line, so I do like that because that makes setting stop losses very easy because you can go really tight. And if I'm on the 4 hour here, I can set about 5% stop loss on that. Get a trade that's got a 12 to 1 risk to reward ratio up here to the first target at 21 cents, where it should be heading. Allah, no matter how you do it. So, another one I think is just kind of interesting to look at. Guys, it is now 12:45. Apparently time gets away from me, and God bless you guys for sticking this out with me, especially you, Strega. How do you do this, man? You must have a comfy chair. Gotta have a comfy chair. The Naka keeps going up. I see this at 115 right now. We looked at it, but it's worth looking at one more time before I check out here. Look at it over here on MEXC. Oh, she regained that 9 moving average here on the 1 hour. Will she continue up or will she not? Looks like she's trying to keep going up. I got $1.48, $1.47. That's the next target for Naka. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow night, and there should be some interesting trading with the altcoins. And hey, man, being in crypto is starting to pay off a little bit, isn't it? Hey, celebrate. Be happy about that. Just don't forget to peel off a little bit and pay yourself. Build up a little dry powder for those real pullbacks that'll be coming. But definitely don't sell all your bag or sell too early. Because I think we got a good week ahead of us in altcoins. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you was really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wife